So I'm basically here to, I guess, broadcast how to freaking beat the Gran Turismo Nürburgring one lap challenge. So a lot of people have trouble with this. You shouldn't, because if you've done every challenge up to that point, it really isn't that hard. But also, I've had a lot of experience with this course just because I race it so much. I do it all the time. I race it back to back. It's whatever, you know. So, but I'm going to see if I can't do this as quickly as possible. Maybe beat my old lap record. As you can see there, I have a 6:51.508. But if not, it's whatever. But I mean, yeah, it's basically I was, you know, 6 seconds and some change underneath time. So let me see if I can't beat it. If not, I'm just checking out to see if I can't actually see if I can't stream this to Facebook. You know, just Facebook is whatever. Give me 1 second here. My dog is barking. It's really annoying me. Share this to a group. I like listening to music too, but it's whatever, you know? I'm pretty sure everyone has YouTube. So I'm just gonna get started and see where this takes us, you know? Nothing's been done to the vehicle really, but to me it depends on your view as well. I prefer interior or bumper. Bumper is really good too. And you just gotta get really consistent with throttle control. So slow in, fast out is a rule I like to remember. You always want to consistently keep it in the power band. Remember, you have a whole racetrack to race on, so it's not like you're sitting here and you're trying to, you know, bust nuts. It's all about how you utilize the racetrack. Yeah, 118.519, which is not bad. The sector could have done better, but yeah, I lose some time. So as you see there. You lose time by trying to force your way through the corners. Just ride it out nice and easy. Woo! That was a spin out. Yep. So that wasn't gonna work. But, like I said from the start, slow in, fast out. You just gotta use all those corners. You have the whole racetrack. Now, as you can see that red, for some of you who aren't familiar with the game, the red flashing number is a gear indicator, right? So, that gear indicator We're going to start that again because I definitely fucked that one up. But that gear indicator is just a suggestion, you know. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the gear you have to be in. Most of the time it's pretty accurate though. But sometimes you can get away with staying in a higher gear, you know, and keeping a maximum top speed. You see there, that was a second gear. You know, I'm not slowing down the second gear. Just because it's not useful, you know. I mean, why would you slow down? You know, that is a turn you can take almost flat out. But one of the things that I did as well when I actually raced this course is I decided to look at this course on paper and actually study the details of the racetrack, not in-game, but as on paper. Because if you look at it on paper, you get a lot of information just reading about the racetrack, you know? So, you don't have to necessarily race the course all the time. You can get info basically just reading the stats, like, you know, altitude differences, track layout, are there any bumps, corners, divots, it's almost kind of like a rally, you know. You have to, racing on a track, you do it over and over. Rally is unsure of it, you know. And it's just like rally car racing, though. Because with the track, you don't just instantly go flat out on the throttle on a racetrack. You kind of get a feel for it first, you know. Now, rally is different because you don't know the race course, and you're listening, you know, to what's coming up. But on a racetrack, if you study about it before actually hopping on the course itself, you can actually do really well reading about what is in the race course. Like, you know, some of the corners on the Nürburgring are bad camber, and they have bumps and divots in the middle of the corners, you know. That right there can provide a lot of information on how you can tackle a corner. Some have good camber, like, you know, the corner we just passed had good camber. But the Nürburgring is a very technical race course just because it's unpredictable, and there's a lot of bumps. It's almost like a normal road course. So, well, I should say it is a road course, but it's almost like a regular street, where it's kind of unpredictable what happens when you're going at speed and, you know, 150 miles an hour. And those are all variables that can affect the way the car handles. Woo. Almost took a turn wide, but we're still good. About 3:07.09 right now, which is not bad time. You see right here, you can see the car is just all over the track right now. It's very bumpy. You can get very unstable. But as long as you ease on the throttle and you keep your movements minimized, you'll be good. And I used to race this with the steering wheel. Right now, I'm actually doing this with the controller, just because, you know, I'm just trying to do a demonstration. But a steering wheel, you have a lot better feel. You know, you can get the grips, the course a lot better. It's a lot more engaging. See right there, just losing time, just losing weight on the wheel spin. I'll make it up in a different section. Alright, hitting up on the corkscrew now. Let's see if we can't make time. Let's see if we can beat my old last record, to be honest. And a lot of times, I don't like using absolute inputs. What I mean by that is like full throttle or sending it, you know, when on cornering. I like minimizing my inputs on the throttles. And a way you can do that is using the trans. So, We all know driving an actual car, you can slow the car down using a trans. And that's what I like to do too as well, because, you know, hitting the brakes at 150, 160 miles an hour can be quite detrimental. It can make the car go unstable, weight shifting occurs. So if you use the car's natural ability to slow down, i.e. the engine, trans, road course fixtures, woo! See how it's able there? Curb stones, watch out for them, just say. But if you use a car's natural ability to slow down, you can make walk faster lap times just by knowing how the vehicle works. We're at 537 right now. I think we'll be able to beat the record. Alright, we're on the final straight. We're at 6:11. I think we'll be able to beat our last lap record time. I'm not sure. Hopefully we can. We're at 158, 59, 60, 160 miles an hour. I would try to minimize steering input as little as possible, just for the sole fact that I want to keep this car moving as fast with as very little resistance as possible. 635, 636. I'm going to stop looking at the counter. Woo! Go to grass a little bit, and that's it. Yeah, so we didn't beat it. But as you can see, we can take that information and we can try it again. You know, take what you learned from the first one, and you know, obviously I did this without a warm-up lap. So that's what I like to do. Is I like to take a warm-up lap before everything. Now I've got a full warm-up lap set and done. I can go ahead and actually take this at full force. And I can learn from my mistakes just by having a practice lap. And really, practice laps are the best thing in the world to me. Because if you don't take the time to learn the course, you're not going to ever get it done right. Sorry to send it. Get into one of my things where I just go ahead and send it, and I don't really give a care. Not gonna do that this lap. Maybe I will. I don't know. All right, so he's pretty far in front of me. That's me. I know I'm behind on this lap. see that? First lap, I took that turn at 5th gear and I actually tapped the brakes. This time, I didn't even tap the brakes. Oh yeah, that was bad. Woo-wee! Good entry, good exit. That was good.